Hey everyone, it's Michael Zapersky, and I want to share with you how you can create valuable and meaningful relationships with anyone, but at the same time, what you need to avoid. And I want to offer you here a quick example of the types of emails that I unfortunately receive all the time. People reach out to connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'm sure that many of you have the same kind of situation. And what I've pulled up is a quick little screenshot. I've blurred out some of the confidential information here just to try and respect the person here that's reaching out. But when you break down what they're doing here, there's so many things that are just fundamentally wrong. The goal of connecting on LinkedIn, the goal of connecting with anyone in any situation really, right, should be to add value, should be to develop a meaningful relationship. And when you look at the screenshot here of this message from a LinkedIn connection request, it says, "Hi, Michael, this is Dan, I'm a partner at X company. We specialize in life insurance and group benefits for businesses and families. Reach out if you have any questions. Also, here's a promo link. The first month's premium is free and on me," and they give me a link or a URL to go to. Now, what is wrong with this? Well, the first thing is that they haven't taken any time. They haven't demonstrated they've taken any time to really understand who I am and what I might care about. There's no personalization. There's no real mention of anything that's going to resonate with me. But the second thing that is clearly wrong with this approach, and unfortunately many people take this, is that it's trying to sell right off the bat. This person is promoting what they do. They don't talk anything about what I do or what I might be thinking about, but they even say, here's a promo link. So there's no relationship. I have no connection. I have no idea who this person is. Even if we're connected or we have mutual connections, I still don't know who they are. Yet they're assuming right off the bat that I'm interested in their company and in their promotion, what they have to offer. And so this here is I'm going to be clicking on ignore. I say this just to share an example because I hope that that some of you can learn from this. And even if you've done this in the past, maybe you're even using this approach right now where you're trying to be very direct, trying to offer something right away, you're trying to promote what you have, and you likely aren't getting the best response. And if you're not, probably getting the response that you want if you're using this approach because it's not value-based, right? This is transactional. This approach is simply one-sided. And if you truly want to develop meaningful relationships that contribute value to both sides and that are going to be long-term and that really add benefit and are the kinds of, the type of relationship that both sides are excited to build on, then you have to be focused on value and on meaning and truly on the relationship, not just looking at this as a transactional platform. So instead of taking the approach that you see in front of you right here, what I would highly recommend is that you personalize your outreach, that you let the person know that and demonstrate that you've taken a bit of time to understand who they are, what they do, what they might be interested in. Keep your message short. Don't try and sell anything in the connection request. Just connect, right? Do it as a human being. Imagine that you were meeting this person at a live event. Of course, right now it's very challenging, almost impossible to have a live event. But even if you're meeting someone virtually for the first time, you wouldn't say, "Hi, my name is Michael. Here's a life insurance policy. Click on this link." Right? Like, who are you? And I don't care. So what would you do? Well, you would first try and ask a few questions. You would think of ways to add value. You might say something like, if I was Dan here, I might say, "Hi, Michael. I'm Dan. I work at this company, and I've found some of your content helpful, or I read your book, or I see that we're both connected to this person, and I'm looking to kind of build my network, or I'm looking to learn more about marketing or about consulting or whatever it is, and I'd love to connect you." Something more personal. Then the chances of me accepting that connection request would be significantly higher, and the chances of that relationship starting off on the right foot would be significantly higher. But because they go straight into transaction, straight into promotion, straight into it's them and it's not about a relationship, I'm going to click on ignore, which is what I unfortunately do a lot, because I'm certainly interested in accepting connection requests from people, building, relationships, but not with people who are just looking to promote what they have and who clearly have done absolutely no research, spend any time to personalize. So here's the interesting thing, right, about LinkedIn or about really any platform like this, is that the power is that you really can start to create relationships and go from being unknown to becoming known with anyone. Like, you can build a relationship, you can start to get on the radar of almost anyone on the planet, any dream client that you have. but you need to put in a little bit of work, and you need to think long term. You should really be thinking about how can you add value for them, how can you demonstrate that value, how can you create that environment where they not only are willing and able to accept, but that they're happy to, and that they're actually looking forward to learning more from you, or that every time that they get a message from you or some kind of notification when your name pops up, there's value in that. There's lots of things that you can do, right? You can tag people, you can share their own content, you can help to promote their stuff. You just think of how can you add value for that person before you just try and take. I'm not sure who came up with the term, but it's you want to consider how can you deposit into the relationship bank before you try and take a withdrawal. And unfortunately, these days, many people are just trying to take a withdrawal before looking at making a deposit. But give. Don't just try and get right away, right? Give, add value, do as much of that as you can. And naturally, even without trying to get, you will see, because of the law of reciprocity, people will want to give back. People will want to make sure that there's balance in that relationship. And so I just want to make this quick video because I hope that it benefits some of you. And especially now what's going on in the world, this is a time where people are craving relationships. They're craving, value exchange. And I think it's a big opportunity because you really can reach people. A lot of people aren't typically as busy as they would be, or we're just more used to being and working online. And so leveraging a platform like LinkedIn has massive opportunity, but only if you use it the right way. If you're just trying to promote, if you're just trying to sell right off the bat, you likely won't get the results that you want. But if you focus first on value, first on meaning, then the sky's the limit. All right, so stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.